So let's take a breath and take a moment to acknowledge where we are today in this new day, this new session, feeling like a new start as well. And taking a few deep breaths into the belly and letting go of everything that happened this morning, what happened yesterday, what didn't and did work. And just letting the thoughts and feelings and emotions go and drift by. And taking a moment to fully arrive in our body, in this beautiful vehicle, and feeling our feet on the ground, feeling how we're being carried and how we've been protected and supported. Supported is the word I was looking for. We're supported by the earth and nurtured, and we can at any moment take a breath and let our bodies be fully carried by Mother Earth. And as she breathes, we breathing. And taking a journey through our bodies from the top of our heads down to the tip of our toes, like caressing our bodies from the inside with our breath and allowing our bodies to relax and fully arrive in this moment and in this space together. And now imagine or visualize a beautiful golden column of light in front of you. And imagine or feel yourself stepping into this column of light. And feel all the love and gratitude you have in your heart. And send it down through your column of light into the heart of the earth. And now feeling or imagining this love returning multiplied many times over through your column of light back into your heart. And now sending this love up through your column of light into the center of the universe, to the greater central sun. Now visualize or feel this love returning multiplied many times over back through your column of light, back into your heart. And I see this love and light filling every cell of your body, every aspect of your being, being nourished and nurtured, lit up from the inside out. Now feel and imagine your column of light expanding, filling the room where you're in, filling every corner, every nook and cranny, and radiating out filling the whole building, the street, the area, the city. And expanding to such an extent that both our columns of light join in one beautiful, big, powerful column of light. And at the same time, enveloping the earth with a golden light and love. And in this space, we become co-creators with heaven and earth. And in this space, we're going to share what came through to you about your unique gifts, what you're here to share with the world, with others, with yourself. And we're open to receive any messages that we need to hear today. And in your own time, slowly arrive back into the room.
Thanks. Really healing.
You're very welcome.
Whenever I think about you, I always think about you as a designer who heals.
Thank you.
Well, that's rare, isn't it, that combination?
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel seen by you.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Yeah, thanks. It was really nice working through those questions.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm glad you were happy to work through them on your own, because I felt Monday was amazing. I loved
Oh,
it.
yeah, and it was so powerful. Yeah.
It was stunning. I felt so
Mm,
happy today.
mm,
It was like
mm, mm.
my
Same.
heart so full. And I was like, yes, and the questions, that they
Yeah.
are the plowing the fields, the
Yeah.
going to the earth. And
Yeah.
yeah, like we were saying on Monday, there's intuition throughout, really, but this part is the more logical and more, because we want to ground everything. We want everything to be able to take root
Yeah.
and then support us fully to grow into the fullness of yeah, the gifts you're here to share and what
Yeah.
you're here to bring.
Yeah. That's right.
Beautiful. So I'd love to hear
Shall I
how.
screen share it?
Yes, you can.
I mean, you know me, I'm Hermione Granger, so I did, of course, it's dense. Okay.
Really?
We talked about this a bit, didn't we? I couldn't
Yeah.
remember what was yeah it would say, but yeah, yeah.
And clarity, you was the one thing you mentioned really
Yeah.
strongly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, clear. Yeah, clarity.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Try to get clear and move this website for a lot and been tiring. Yeah.
Okay.
All
So then,
right. This is an important part,
yeah.
the service and products you provide.
Yeah, and then it was really good. I ended up doing this process, writing out this, yeah. So I'll show you this. So okay, so what services do you provide? So I did the individual stuff, and then I've also been teaching with Lloyd. So I
Okay.
put that here. That's the work I did in Dubai. That's under a kind of different
As
heading.
in Lloyd's Bank.
Oh no, my friend Lloyd.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
You know, I went to Dubai in December in October. Did I tell you?
Oh,
Oh yeah, so I did some teaching there. Anyway, I'll show you that bit. Yeah. So
Great.
anyway, so what services do you provide? Yeah, so this is what I've been doing. Yep. So that's how it's externally presents. And what I saw from doing this question is how out of date that description is. Because
Great.
because actually it's this.
Listen, get a sense of what major addictions and traumas are running the show, advise accordingly. Put
Yeah,
them
and
in
advise accordingly. Yes,
relationship.
it's just this is the sort of steps. This is sort of like, yeah, what I then this I was thinking like, what do I actually do? And
Okay.
then yeah, then I put them in dialogue.
It's like it's a combination to carve out a space. And they can tell me what's really going on. Their authentic voice speaks, and I can hear what the legacy of
Intergenerational trauma, yeah.
intergenerational trauma. Oh, this is an important word. You can highlight that.
Yeah,
Intergenerational trauma.
yeah,
That's important.
yeah.
Generational trauma. A lot of people talk about trauma, but not so much about intergenerational.
Exactly.
Who they,
That feels yeah.
they actually are. Identify the other radio stations diet they are on. Release the charge on those voices and turn the volume up on themselves. Bring them out of their default challenge management strategies, self-sufficiency, and white knuckling it, and into support, community, and skills which enable them to be present and in relationship. They feel much better. Further encourage and support this authentic self into the world. I like that. Support this authentic self into the world. That's also something
Mm,
like that.
mm.
Self-sabotage starts to fall away. I listen to what this self really wants to do. They follow guidance on how to nurture this authentic self on a daily basis. Teach them principles which work. Example, elephant's foot versus stiletto heel. Okay.
That's about relying on like having a big support system versus one precarious. Yeah.
Ah, interesting.
Mm.
That could be a title of a book.
I know, I know. I did a blog on it, which I liked actually.
Yeah. They integrate the skills, have a community, gain autonomy and independence, and feel free. Rebirth complete. The Mama point happened. Mama?
Yeah, so I was going to rebrand my coaching to Mama Point. That's what at one point. A Mama Point in Ayurveda is a point. You'll understand this as a Scorpio. It's a death point.
Ah,
It's certain points on the body where it's where the physical, psychological, emotional, and physical like all come together. And I
okay.
thought I'm a Mama Point. People often come to me at a Mama Point in their life, like it's like I can't keep doing this,
Do you
but
know
I
what's
don't have.
interesting with that?
Yeah.
You know how Marmite is a
Yes.
love hate.
Yes.
So Mama Point has a sort of a bit of a sense of this Marmite.
That's right.
Actually, dying is something most people want to avoid all their lives. So
Right. And their shadow. This is the stuff they run from.
yeah,
But the only thing is with the branding of it looked too much like Mama. And I realized like actually all of my history, I've built up years and years and years of people knowing me as Rona Clues, and it would be
yeah,
insane to be. But from writing this yesterday, it made me think maybe I call it like I say though, do you want to go on the Mama Point coaching process with me? Where we do this to me feels because I feel like I'm avoiding doing at the moment. I'm just doing individual sessions, and that's fine. But I'm avoiding what that's negating is that I take people on this journey,
yeah.
so that actually suits a
I
package
think
much more.
this is fantastic, and it's like it's a bit of a not a catalyst. What am I looking for? It's this real turning point, right? This
Yeah,
point. It's not cataclysmic. It's something where once you get there, everything loosen or everything can come to
exactly.
light.
Yeah, because then they understand that they're yeah. Anyway, I'll show you. Yeah, exactly.
No, what's
Yeah,
coming to me now is like Rona Clue's Mama Point quite coaching.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
or it's like it's probably the technique you've developed, this Mama
Is
Point coaching, right?
exactly, exactly because it's
Mama
rebirth.
Point process or
Yeah,
Mama Point.
exactly. Yeah, exactly, exactly, exactly. Mama point process. I like that. journey. Yeah, exactly.
It,
Coaching.
yeah, there's
It's
something about, well, and
that.
you're a catalyst.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And so, because the difference is, I'll show you anyway. I'll show you. It sort of reveals itself
Yeah.
later on. But it was very powerful last night doing this. The Yeah, so then that also, and then it also includes all those skills, blah blah blah. And I've been wondering for about a while about whether to start up a Substack of weekly energy report, saying, oh, this week this going on. But I don't actually know if that fits with this, so we can come back to that, I
Mm.
think. Um, okay, and then yeah, so it's taking them on this hero's journey.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is what I struggle with is how to translate what I do with someone, this hero's journey them on, that I take them on into the public sphere. And
When
then,
you say into the public sphere, what do
oh,
you
how I share
you
that.
communicate that?
Yeah, exactly. Because in the client, like in an initial client session, I'll say, I'll take you on this journey, but I don't know how to relay it yet.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then here's a couple of examples. Yeah. So this person, yeah, software engineer. So I do want to work in, yeah, he was living in London, wanted to work, yeah. Yeah, recognized that I recognized that he had all these addictions going on. So I got him to work with them. Yeah, now he lives in New York with a green card and he's been in a relationship for 5 years. He's
Wow.
realized that he's a filmmaker. I'm helping him make the film.
Do
He's
you
now,
have do you have a sentence in his words without saying the name? Would he be willing to give you a testimonial?
I can ask, yeah, I'll just put an action on here.
Because this would be amazing. I mean, and he can, you could like without saying who
Yeah,
this is, you can say you help people with these
the stuff.
or this stuff, and you know
Yeah,
he
exactly.
he may want to just say, oh, I couldn't be in a relationship for more than a day, and now you
Yeah,
know
exactly.
yeah.
And then this person, she just came, I met her on a retreat. She just wanted to quit smoking, but also her relationships were shit and she was really dissatisfied in her creativity. Working together, she's realized that actually she's the only non-alcoholic in a whole family of alcoholism.
Oh, that's a
Um,
reflection. You have a similar thing, huh?
Very similar. Yeah. And that actually she was smoking to manage an enormous thing of grief because of that. And she also didn't want to be in the UK. She had loads of addictions, loads of substance stuff going on.
What's
Terrible
sexual
relationships.
anorexia?
Oh, inability to engage.
Ah,
Yeah. Um, and now she's traveling around. She's been living in South America for the last 3 years. She's a musician and she's in love in a really loving relationship. And she's got a totally
beautiful.
different relationship with herself.
Ask
And she
her for a
recognizes it.
testimonial too, if you can.
Yes, I know. I asked them for them, but the ones they wrote weren't that great. So
So
I need to somehow think
what you
about.
can do is write a few phrases that you would love them to write and
Yeah,
say, hey, what do you
yeah,
think about this? Does this capture your
yeah,
experience? Does this and so you get to put the words and the things they'd
yeah,
actually like to
yeah,
that you like them to say about you.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Great idea. Yeah.
Okay.
And then in the past, I've sold meditation, sold an ebook, had a regular newsletter, taught courses offline and online. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
And then yeah, and then I've also been doing this, yeah, Armstrong and Eve stuff. So Lloyd and I, we just called it that kind of as a joke. So this work basically it came in October. I wasn't expecting it to. So a client of mine, he contacted me and said, do you know anybody who would run a conflict resolution workshop? Because there's a blame culture in my organization. And I said, well, I could do it, but I knew I'd need to do it with a man because his organization's extremely male,
Hmm.
and very, very yang. And so my friend Lloyd and I, we've been wondering about teaching together for a while, teaching spiritual principles in the workplace. And so Lloyd's middle name is Armstrong, so that's why we called it this. We just it's a
Oh,
sort of laugh.
nice.
And so then so then we ended up teaching in Dubai.
Even on
In October, they flew us to Dubai.
cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
You
it was
enjoy
really
that?
mad. Pardon?
Do you enjoy that?
It was fascinating. I'm glad we did it. It was really hard because the client, it was like me and 20 men. And also, a lot of the people weren't that engaged, so it was really hard work. And Lloyd and I, we hadn't ever traveled abroad, we'd never traveled together before. We'd never, I mean, and it was hard because it was like 36 degrees and both of us are like, oh, in the heat. He's from like the borders of Wales, so he's like used to like damp. Um, but we did really well, and we've been doing and then we're doing some business coaching with them kind of since then as well. But we've been more thinking about like who's more our ideal client, because this is a bit like the organization wants the client, wants them to sort of have the sessions rather than
Yeah, than them wanting it.
exactly. So
It's
they're
the,
not. So we need to have do a bit more like visioning around who would we love to work with. But it's great. It's been great because it showed, I got paid the most I've ever been paid in my life,
mm,
and it showed me, what's possible, and I would totally do some more with that. So
great. Yeah.
okay, so I
You
took
may
this.
want you may want to do a joint session with Lloyd, you and him, around the visioning.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, we started to do some in December, but it was too kind of Christmas was too sort of
Yeah.
present, you know what I mean? So but we talked about him and I met earlier today and we talked about that. So this target audience thing, this is long because I did like a thorough survey. So
Before we go on,
yeah, sorry.
um, so you've got, I mean, you listed everything that
Yes.
done. Did you do like a bit of a mind map or a just a in picture, like, or in circle,
No.
all the things that you do? Because I feel like it would actually help me understand
Yes.
things that you do, and it would help you see as well when you, if you like, you hand draw. Okay, we could do it now. It's like, so there's coaching,
Yeah.
there's art,
Yeah.
there's
Ecology.
ecology. Actually, and you've already said ecology and art. They're sort of going, they're overlapping,
Okay.
they're together.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll show you. Um, so then so if I have art and ecology, art over here, art and ecology. So then
and then
please.
there's coaching, there's healing, there's pure healing, there's obviously the coaching and healing. I think healing is everywhere, but
That's right. Yeah, exactly. And then there's Armstrong.
Armstrong and Eve. Eve
Yeah.
Armstrong.
There's someone called Eve Armstrong. That's why we did Armstrong and Eve.
Okay.
And we also thought it's A&E
Yeah.
because it's kind of like providing A&E because it's like giving them this yeah, so that's the business coaching.
Emergency support.
Yeah, exactly. But then we were like, do we want, yeah, but we just begun it with our, I mean, we've just, we've set up an email, that's it. We haven't got a website or anything
Yeah.
yet. So, and we don't even know if we want that yet. We're still feeling into it, to be honest, and feeling like how much we want to work together and how, because it's
Yeah.
come about unexpectedly. Um, so I'll show you our,
Yeah. So
yeah,
Armstrong and Eve would have, you'd have sort of your own vision and values. And obviously, in all the other things that you do, you've got your vision and values. And I
yeah,
would guess that some of the values are the same everywhere, because
yes,
they're so fundamental, they're so core in you that they're going to be present everywhere. But then there are different expressions, and maybe there's one other value that comes into the art, another one that comes into the ecology. There's
yeah,
like
no, exactly.
your core values are.
This is looking a bit gross. I'll show you in a minute, though. I'll give you a sense of it though. And so to art and ecology, more than human, book club.
Yeah, the book club, is that's separate as.
Yeah, that's sort of art and ecology. Yeah, that's me and a person, another person. Yeah, there's loads of partnerships have like suddenly arrived that I didn't kind of expect.
Nice.
Yeah, they feel good. And the relationships of them feel good.
Nice.
Elaine. Yeah. So shall I stop sharing for a minute and show you this?
Oh yeah.
It's a mess, I'm sorry.
No, no,
So
don't.
so
Cool.
here's me,
I'm gonna do a, hold on, I'm gonna, yeah.
make me big.
Oh, doing a screenshot. Great.
Yeah. So
Yes.
then yeah, so here's me.
Yeah.
And then there's art. So then there's art, just art by itself. And then that's my own art practice. Then there's films. There's part of this, there's
Oh yeah.
Deluxe. That's this filmmaking collective I'm part of. Then there's art and ecology. So there's something called Squishy Sessions I'm part of, which is once a month we talk about art and materials. I've done that for a couple of years. And then there's the More Than Human book club I do with Lily. Then
Okay.
there's the art and ecology diploma I'm doing.
Mm,
And then there's a partnership with a woman called Elaine that's just at the beginning where we might do something in America, but we aren't sure yet. We're just begun. That's just begun. And then healing work, yeah, there's Rowan Clues, like, yeah, the Mama Point coaching process, if we call it that. And then there's Armstrong and Eve business coaching and workshops.
great. Okay. And the
But it
healing
doesn't, but
is
weirdly,
sort
it
of,
doesn't like, if somebody had shown me that, I don't know, even 5 years ago, I would have gone, oh God, like that's way too much. It doesn't feel like too much actually, because they all nourish me and they
yeah.
all feel like, yeah, they all feel like healthy relationships. Yeah, and all of them I feel quite like if they needed to just go, they'll go. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't feel like this is who I am and like I have to. Do you
Hmm.
know what I mean? Like yeah, my identity, like they feel like a sort of fun expression of my identity rather than like being my identity.
Great. Love it.
Yeah.
And the healing part, would you say it's sort of
Yeah.
that's
So the healing,
energy
this is
that's
the healing bit over.
throughout?
Well, I mean, it's all healing,
Yeah.
but the healing part more sits over here. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
I'd say. Like they get this lot get the benefit of my healing self
Yeah.
sort of built in, but and my leadership, but yeah, if they ask my sort of like filmmaker collective, like, is Rona a good leader? Because I have a lot more time than a lot of them because a lot of them have got kids or whatever or they're doing shit jobs. They're loads of them are artists earning £5 an hour.
Oh, yeah.
So because I have more capacity than them. But if you ask them, is Rona a good leader? They'd say yes. I think I hope. But
Awesome.
but but yeah. So they get the sort of benefit of my healing self
Mm,
without probably realizing where it comes from, if you know what I mean.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you. That's
Oh, that's
brilliant.
all right. Thanks. It's good for me to look at it.
Yeah, I think
Um,
so because otherwise we can either wonder how these bits fit together or which one is more than the other, and actually they're all a part.
yeah, and I think I think at some point they will. Yeah. Anyway, I'll share
Right.
this.
You can
Okay.
share again, and I suggest you read through it. You read it
Okay.
to me.
All right. I'll do that. Okay. So who is your target audience? I don't know if I'm just gonna read I'm gonna read the important bits because look, it's like this. Look, it's too long. Because I did a big survey of like who
Wow.
actually are they? Like what is I did that a while ago. So it
Yeah.
was really good to revisit that. So people who are at a crossroads, who are stuck and want to realize their potential
Yeah.
and contribute to the planet to help, contribute to helping, contribute. They're here to make a difference.
Yeah. Put that
Teens,
here to make a difference.
yeah, here to make a difference, yeah. Um, teens, if their parents are paying,
Yeah.
or 30s, 40s, 50s, all, yeah, male, female, non-binary, trans, all of those. They know something fundamental needs to change. They're fed up. They're looking for a safe harbor to transform within. They have a large degree of stability in their lives. So either they're a homeowner and or they're from money or they're in a stable partnership and job. So
Yeah.
basically they've got that stability, which is then going to enable them to go on the heart, the deep dive.
Yeah.
They've got the stability and success, but they're restless.
Hmm.
From the outside, things look great, but there's a restlessness that won't go away. They're a highly sensitive person. They've had mental health challenges all their life, or they've recently had a rock bottom. They're not, maybe a relationship's ended, or they've had a health crisis, or something's come to the surface. They know they're here for the greater good.
Yeah.
They want to move on from the family patterns. They're a chain breaker.
Nice.
They've all taken
I
drugs.
like that. Chain breaker.
Yeah, chain breaker, yeah.
Mm.
They've all taken drugs. They're spiritual, but they don't have it fully formed yet. They're spiritually curious.
Mhm.
They're practitioners in the making. They want a change of career, but they don't really think it's possible.
Yeah.
They all love wildness.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, I know, isn't it? Yeah. They're all the grandchild or great grandchild of a workaholic, alcoholic, war, trauma, or disability.
Wow, you've really gone deep in that. Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, most of them are non-neurally typical because I am.
What does that
So,
mean? Like
oh, like
ADHD
neurodivergent,
or yeah.
yeah, autistic or ADHD or whatever, yeah, dyspraxic. They've all had some weird shit go on with sex. Um, Dissatisfying, yeah, difficult with sex. They all want to protect the earth.
Haha.
They all were bullied
Wow.
because they're different. They all like being physical in their body and in their body, but they struggle to get there.
Mm,
They're all full of self-doubt. They all might have had a narcissistic parent. They all are damaged around authority figures. They might have gone to boarding school.
mm.
They all want an expert.
Yeah.
They all are chronically worried about what other people think about them.
Oh, interesting. Wow. It's fancy. Brilliant. Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, so the way I wrote it before was like I wrote it like this, but it's too long. I
Mhm.
help indecisive and stuck leaders in the making to achieve clarity about their higher purpose and unique contribution to the world. Unlike many therapeutic approaches which eggshell around our addictions, I view self-destruction as misdirected creativity. And I
Mm,
work with people to redirect that life force towards greater good.
mm,
This is a branding course I did in 2021. This sort of came out of that, but it's still too clunky, And then
mhm,
I wrote it another way. I help unconventional leaders in the making go on a deep dive to discover their unique positive contribution to the world. They've got stability and success in their life, but are dissatisfied, fretting, and a bit lost on where to turn next. They're talented, warm, grateful, and empathic, and want to uncover what they are really here to do.
Love it. What, why leaders in the making?
Because they would never say, if I said to them, "Are you a leader?" They go, "No." They'd never. So leader, I know, but the phrasing is still not great.
Uh,
Um,
yeah.
I don't know how you'd call it. They're all well, they're the same as you and I. People who have gone through shit, but are no mud, no lotus, and then are here to help others as a result. But they don't know that. They just know they're just in the shit when
Are
they arrive.
they all high achievers?
Not necessarily,
Okay. Yeah.
but they want to be. They want to be. They're all, yeah, highly sensitive people. They're light workers.
Yeah.
They're light workers who are disconnected from other light workers,
Yeah.
and so think that they're a weirdo and think that they're wrong, and then they're caught up in loads of self-sabotage,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is then meaning they can't get on with what they're here to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
We know this ground well.
God, don't we? Don't we? They're variations on you and I, Marianne. Yeah. What difference do you want to make with your product
But
or
the
service?
only thing I would change there is leaders and not in the making for in that phrase.
What would
Uh,
you say?
I would say I help unconventional leaders because having unconventional,
Yeah,
you can lead being with your little sister or your older
it's
brother.
true.
You can lead going the way you go to the shops and how you order a coffee is a way of
That's right.
leading. So for
But the
me,
only thing But the only thing is, the reason I put that is because if they read that on my web, if I help leaders, they'd be like, I'm not a leader.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'll put that,
What
what I'll do
about
is,
I help unconventional humans or
yeah, 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 exactly. Yeah, exactly. I'll put this here so we know to look at it. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not, yeah. Yeah. What difference do you want to make? Help people who are here to make a difference get out of their own way and activate their life purpose or contribution. I set people free with my understanding of trauma and process addictions. I let them know it's not their fault, but it is their responsibility. I teach people the life skills they didn't receive, enabling them to be autonomous and their own best friend.
Rona, I would say when
Mm.
you you help people set themselves free with your understanding, because you can't set them free. They have
That's
to
right.
set
Yeah,
people
I agree.
themselves free.
Yeah,
But it's your understanding, you're the
yeah,
catalyst, but you have no power over them at all.
that's right. That's right. Because sometimes they don't want to do it, look at it. Yeah,
Right. Or through your understanding of trauma.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Lovely.
yeah. And then, yeah, demonstrate that whatever people have been through, recovery is possible. Who are your competitors and why? Holistic psychologist, free advice on Instagram. People then think they have the answers and don't take action as they just think trauma is something you have to suffer with. They don't ask any more of it.
Mm.
Conventional psychotherapy, story that suffering is all you can settle with. Got to just hope it doesn't happen again, like we talked about.
Mhm.
Cheap therapist, cheaper, buys into the story of suffering. TV therapist, superficial. Chat GBT, loads of people use that now, available all the time and free. Therapists who see people in person think, yeah, people can think they're being shortchanged having it over Zoom,
Ah, okay.
especially as there's loads and loads of Zoom therapists now.
Here I would add, just like, add a couple of names, like, of people or organizations or associations. Um,
Better, I think there's one called Better. Yeah, that's next. Okay, I'll make a note to myself.
yeah,
Yeah.
because it helps. Like, then we can go, oh, okay, we can go on their website, see how they do things, what works, what doesn't work,
Yes.
how do they position themselves, what can we learn? And then, as we know, I don't like the word competitor, but still
Yeah.
it is, it is what it is. But
No,
often,
that's right. No, that's right. No, exactly.
often than not, competitors could become collaborators,
No, no, that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
Exactly. Or I could say go to them for that bit, or
that's it.
absolutely. Because it's good if they've gone to had, 2 years of psychotherapy or something, and then they're like, right, I'm still just as angry as my with my dad as I ever was. Now can we get rid of this? Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Okay, yeah. What sets you apart? Daughter of a convicted armed robber. I've been there.
Wow.
Um,
That's such a cool story. I mean, not that, obviously.
I'm happy to say it. Honestly, I keep saying it in art contexts because people often think that I'm posh, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I might be articulate. I'm not that because I'm some people because I'm vulnerable and enthusiastic. People think I've had it easy, and
Yeah.
I'm like, no,
Yeah.
no, no mud, no lotus. So
You need to write that somewhere.
I
Yeah.
know, I know, I agree.
So
Yeah, but
your
no,
journey definitely sets you apart, real
yeah,
honest.
yeah, no lotus, exactly.
No,
Um,
yeah.
have tried it all on myself to see if it works first. My rich personal and professional experience and unflinching approach to the darker bits of life. Totally original inside take on trauma and addiction and the nature of our self-destructions, which sets people free. I view addiction as misdirected creativity, which is an extremely unconventional approach.
Yeah.
Um,
To highlight that as well.
I'm also a fulfilled artist, so and I'll be honest about that with them. So it's, yeah, I see their current challenges as a vital gift that is a window onto what we need to see.
Hmm.
I see our past as high rather than just something annoying and terrible that happened. I
Hmm.
see our past as highly relevant to understand for our life path,
Hmm.
rebirth. My breadth of knowledge. I'm a one-stop shop of therapy, coaching, business coaching, somatic, healing, and spiritual. So it's
Hmm.
all across. Practical mystic, so the practical and spiritual. Background in clinical psychology. Yeah, trained in myriad disciplines, schools of thought. All the careers and identities I've had inform my business coaching, my ability to help those who feel beyond helping and have been told. Yeah, I often work with people who have been like, they might have gone through like 7 breakdowns, and like doctors have given up on them, psychiatrists have given up on them. And I'm like, no. And then they're sorted out. So,
Amazing. That's powerful. Also,
mm,
I don't know if you have that somewhere, maybe you do,
mm,
having literally listing for yourself, you don't
mm,
have to share that, but listing all the courses that you've done, all the modalities that you've been through,
Yes.
because I know you're also you're a trained yoga teacher. I know that because I
Yeah.
remember that you
Yeah,
did,
yeah.
like have it, and it's like wow, because this is your fabric, this is
Yes.
your unique tapestry. It's got a very unique design.
Yes. Because I'm so thorough.
Yeah,
It's my Mercury and Mercury and Virgo in the ninth house. It's like I must know everything about. Denise said that to me yesterday in the Feng Shui. She said, "You will be learning until you die," and I was like, I believe it. I'm very happy to. Um,
um
yeah, yeah.
but I'm aware it's
Time.
two now. I
Can I show you one? Can I just
Yes,
show you a little bit
I
more?
would like, I was thinking, would you be happy to send me this?
Yes.
Because I'd love to read it
Fine.
through. And because there's, yeah, look,
Yes.
share the bit like, oh, the Mary Kondo of the mind. I like that.
Yeah.
Hermione Granger, I don't know her. So,
From Harry Potter.
okay, yes, yes, yes,
She's
yes.
the geek.
Yeah, and she can travel, she can shift time, right?
Yeah, when she has that thing. Yes, that's true. Yeah.
I love these because you're like, hi, I'm Rona Clues from Mama Point Coaching. I'm the Mary Kondo of the mind.
Yeah.
Or I'm the Hermione. How do you say Hermione?
Hermione.
Hermione Granger of personal development. You know that
Because it's the fact that I've been such a thorough geek means they don't need to be. Because then I can be like, you don't need to bother with that bit. Like just go straight here and you'll go so much further, so much more quicker. Yeah. Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
this Mary Kondo of the mind because you feel like we're going to get rid of so much shit and we're going to
That's
make
right.
order in this seemingly messy environment. How,
Exactly. Yeah.
how do you leave people feeling? Like
Oh, yeah.
free,
Free. Yeah.
understood, free, at peace, self-aware. Um, yeah, free, I think, is really important. Free is really cool.
Yeah.
You know, people feeling free. Um, so
And then can I just show you this bit before I go?
yes, sure.
Yeah. This bit is the bit that it excites me.
Yeah, help people to understand process addictions as a complex, completely natural, inevitable, and creative response to a legacy of intergenerational trauma. Yeah,
So
I
there's
love
no
it too.
way they could have done anything other than become a workaholic or become a sex addict or become addicted to cream cakes or whatever, because they come in that, we look at their lineage.
So
Yeah,
once they understand that this is a natural response, what does that create?
total self-compassion.
Brilliant, this is what you're here for.
Yeah.
I love it.
And then because it's this, look, when your past makes sense, you are no longer a victim of it. And
Yeah.
that's why it's different to conventional psychotherapy, because conventional psychotherapy still leaves you thinking like that was terrible that happened. Well, I mean, of course, when all the abuses we've been through, that it is terrible they happened, and we went through them because we were part of that legacy of intergenerational trauma. It was not personal.
No, and the world, life on Earth is traumatic. Uh,
Exactly. And when we clear up our own traumas, then we clear up ecological trauma.
yes, 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 absolutely. So
This
if
one, this
when
this
when people, okay,
Can I just show you this person? This is the person I worked with so recently, and I really think he would write this. So yeah, I work with an actor. Yeah,
wow,
yeah, they got this job at the National Theatre 2 weeks ago.
oh, amazing, that's incredible.
Yeah, he was really, been sexually abused loads of times. There was all this legacy of sexual abuse in his family. There was like, I think one of his parents was done for being a paedophile, like really full on, that he'd completely had never even told me. And I'd known him for, yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. So just come back.
Yep.
So imagine people living with total self-compassion. What does that lead to?
It means they're able to get on with and contribute to the planet.
What does that lead to?
The planet healing. Because I had that experience with Jesus where I was told to write some books about ecology and addiction. I was basically did I tell you?
Uh-huh.
Oh, really? Yeah, I had an experience January 21 when I was at last walk. I have to tell you, I know we've only got a couple of minutes, but I have to tell you, I was having such a Scorpio story. I was having a wank, right? I couldn't sleep. So I thought, I'm
No,
gonna have,
you have told me this bit,
yeah,
but tell
yeah.
me again. Tell me
Yeah,
again.
and then Jesus turned up, and I didn't see him, I could just feel him in the room, and I was like, what? It really challenged my ideas of God and sex. And and he said to me, you are to write a book about process addictions and a book about the relationship between ecology and addiction, because I believe, indigenous cultures are so fucked as they are because of obviously because of colonialism, but because we've destroyed their lands. That created land trauma, that created trauma in them, that created addiction in them. Then they can't, and then the world's fucked because you haven't got people connected to the land.
Yeah, that totally resonates. I was seeing like land trauma leading to this trauma, and you can do like a a graph of,
Yes,
or a
animation.
diagram is
Yes.
what the
Diagram. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, like
diagram
Lois's
of
book,
how it
right?
all connects. Hmm?
Like Lois's book,
Has she got diagrams in it?
the cartoons.
Aha. Yeah. 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 The cartoons like express the situation or the story. Like I was seeing, like diagram, or
Yes, yes,
but yes, you can absolutely do cartoons with it as well.
yes. Yeah, or
Uh,
a cartoon diagram. That's how. Yeah, I was
yes.
seeing. Yeah,
Ah, yeah, yeah, I like this. Yes, I know what you mean. Like
yeah, yeah, yeah. Almost like the water cycle or
uncharted,
whatever.
uncharted map of uncharted territories or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, no, like
Yeah,
like the water cycle, like when you see the thing of it.
yeah,
Like the water of the sun, but yeah, yeah, that. Anyway, yeah. So That's what Jesus told me. So that's why I've been doing this diploma in environmental humanities. So I've been like, right, how would I communicate that to that community?
amazing. I love it.
It's hard, but it's right. I'll send you this. Yes.
Please do. And so, uh, thanks for sharing this. All these questions that are, as you
Ah,
as you know, we could spend a whole day with those.
yes.
Um, and
I'll send it to you now, and then
yes,
I'll send it to you this afternoon,
because
and
I'd
then
love
we
to
can.
read through, and then we've got our session on Monday.
Yeah, great.
That part, I think it'll be yeah. Let's take a moment on Monday to bring this part together,
Yeah.
because there's so many gems
What
and
I'm going to do is I will send. Can I also send you? I'm going to send you the PDF I did from that first branding course of because I was going to do this whole water theme. And actually, last night when I was doing this all again, took me back to the waters. It took me back to water and healing waters. And
yeah. I liked when you said that you were thinking of creating your own website, and there's something there that's very powerful,
yeah,
because
there
it's
is.
also you're just taking all your power back.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You're right. Because my art one I do myself and I really enjoy it. It feels fun. It feels fun. When I think about, oh, my art website needs updating, it doesn't feel like, oh no. It feels like, oh, cool. I can just like geek out for, hours on end.
Yeah. You could create it like give yourself that time as a project to.
Yes. Love
Brenda,
you.
I love you.
Yeah, thanks so much for your help. It feels so exciting. It makes me feel so much better about it, honestly. Because
Ah,
honestly, it's just felt like, oh, for ages. And I feel like so reinvigorated.
Yeah, it's so exciting.
Yeah. Thanks, tons. All right. Well, I'll see you next week.
See you next week. Have a
I'll
great,
send you that stuff later on today.
brilliant. All
Okay.
right.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.